Coming up on Fulton today, volunteers hit the street to find out how to best serve the homeless. And the fire department shows off its new life-saving equipment. Fulton today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment. But first, an update on those 14 horses being nursed back to good health after being rescued from a farm by County Animal Services staff and the Department of Agriculture. Now, the owner of the South Fulton farm is facing cruelty to animal charges and possibly fines. Here now to tell us what's going on with this story is Tony Phillips. He is the Assistant Director of Planning and Community Services. Tony, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Shania. Thank you for having me.
All right, first things first, Tony, tell our viewers exactly what happened.
We received information about a week prior that there were concerns about the health and safety of several horses located at that particular location. Working in partnership with the Georgia Department of Agriculture, we performed several inspections over the previous week to determine the health of those specific animals. And once we became aware that animals were at risk, working again with the Georgia Department of Agriculture, we took steps to resolve the situation.
And how did the Department of Agriculture get involved, and what was their role?
They are the agency that deals with equestrian issues by and large at the state level. They also received information about these same specific horses and contacted our office, and we worked together to move forward and investigate the concerns and then determine the best path forward.
And Tony, what was the condition of the horses?
The health of a number of the animals that we found at the farm was in fact compromised. There were a number of different health concerns. The veterinarian on site did state that several of the animals would need some type of veterinary treatment, and so we made an effort to ensure that those animals could be relocated to receive the proper veterinary care.
Where were the horses taken, and what's the condition now?
The horses were taken to a site in North Georgia that the Georgia Department of Agriculture maintains specifically for the purpose of having animals there to rehab, receive treatment in a stabilized environment. And so under the supervision of the State Department of Agriculture, they were relocated and are receiving the proper veterinary care in that stable environment.
And we mentioned that the owner of this South Fulton farm is facing some charges. Tell us about that.
Upon investigating the concerns that were presented to our department, Fulton County Animal Services issued 14 counts of animal cruelty to the owner of the animals in question. The conditions of the animals warranted that we cite under our animal code ordinance to put this case in front of a magistrate court judge so that the judge can consider the case and determine what should happen from there.
And Tony, finally, how does this sort of thing happen?
This is somewhat unique in that this particular situation appears to be where the owner of the animals was simply overwhelmed. Caring for horses is a significant proposition. There's quite a bit of cost involved. We're talking over 20 horses in this instance. The care and feeding of horses is something that you can't undertake very lightly. And it appears to be a situation where this particular owner simply took on more than they were able to handle.
All right, Tony Phillips, Assistant Director of Planning and Community Services, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Shania.
Now, the county is committed to saving animals and making your community a safe place to live. If you have questions about animal services, call 404-613-0358. Well, many people see them every day in certain areas of the metropolitan area, people living on the streets. But in these tough economic times, just how many people are calling the streets their home? Volunteers devised a plan and fanned out across the county to find out as a part of the 2013 homeless census count. It's a part of the HUD requirement to determine future funding allocations for housing and services. HUD awards the Metro Atlanta Tri-Jurisdictional Collaborative on Homelessness over $10 million each year.
We expect to see a large number of homeless, intact families, husbands, wives, dependent children, as well as women with children who are actually homeless and living on the street, or maybe living in vehicles in grocery store parking lots, those kind of things.
The homeless count is conducted every 2 years. In 2011, nearly 6,900 homeless people were counted, and more than 2,300 were on the streets and 4,600 in shelters. Fulton County offers services for its homeless population through Jefferson Place for men and Springdale Place for women. Call the Office of Emergency and Transitional Housing for more information. Fulton's first responders are showing off their newest life-saving equipment. It is a new decontamination truck. This mobile response vehicle is designed for chemical or environmental contamination. We talked to Deputy Fire Chief Jack Butler about the truck, and he gave us a tour. Hi, Chief Butler. So tell us a little bit about this decontamination truck.
The unit itself is one unit of 6 in the metropolitan area. Fulton County has one, the City of Atlanta has one, Clayton County, Cobb County, DeKalb County, and Gwinnett County has one. So from a regional or metropolitan perspective, we have 6 of these units that we can bring to an incident in order to begin to mitigate something of a mass decontamination situation.
And can you show us some of the features?
You have a shower system that is designed for those people that are non-ambulatory. We have a system that we would set up in order to deal with the non-ambulatory people from on the outside here.
And I understand that some of the decontamination process works inside. How does that work?
As we walk in, you would disrobe here. If you notice here, you have your shower heads here where water would be coming out, or a soap-like solution. You would wash and apply the solution, such as, your solution in here for your shampoo and body wash. You would keep moving. This, as you see, would be this liner right here would separate to maintain that level of privacy. We would come out into the next area, watching your feet there, okay? And then you'd be able to exit the truck fully clothed and be taken to a secure area.
And Chief, before you go, what is that other truck parked nearby?
This truck right here is our hazardous material truck. Anytime we go out, these trucks will be working in tandem with each other.
All right, Deputy Chief Jack Butler, thank you so much for your time and congrats on the truck.
Thank you.
Well, access to criminal and civil court files will soon become more efficient. The Office of the Clerk of Superior Court is undergoing a renovation project of its closed file room. It's expected to be completed in April.
We now have the opportunity to double our file capacity, expedite requests, and continue to provide excellent customer service.
The office will remain the same. However, you will still be able to request files at the courthouse downtown and use the file viewing room during the renovation. The office maintains the records of all wills, judgments, decisions, and actions of the court. Once completed, the renovation will allow access to files dating back some 10 years. Well, for the last 9 years, residents have been able to get an up-close look at their county government in action, and they'll get a chance again this year. Registration is underway for Fulton County Citizens University. The 12-week program offers interactive courses on how your government works. Students get to tour county facilities and departments and take part in public safety exercises.
This program is important to the citizens in Fulton County because this is the only program that offers a behind-the-scenes look at what we do on a daily basis. It also gives them the opportunity to see the services that we actually offer here in Fulton County, and they also have an opportunity to interact with all of the departments.
This year, FCCU is including a special group of students.
High school students will be able to register for the class, and they will only have to take 6 of the core classes.
And a new division of county government.
We're also adding the justice system on our schedule for this year also.
Enrollment is limited to 30 students, so you'd better act fast. Classes start April 4th. The last day to register is March 15th. Now, you can find out more about the program and tuition costs by logging on to the county website or by calling 404-612-8300. And still to come, MARTA's general manager exchanges ideas with South Fulton leaders. We'll tell you all about it in our district-by-district coverage next. A Fulton County Commissioner serves as educator for the day, and MARTA's new GM shares plans with South Fulton's elected officials. Here's this week's District by District coverage.
We begin in District 1 as Chairman John Eves serves as educator for the day at Charles L. Gideon's Elementary School in southwest Atlanta. In an effort to prepare students for college and their future careers, school administrators reach out to professionals in the community for Youth Motivation Day.
I just felt like just want to do more. Having college and career awareness week after Martin Luther King's birthday is just such a fresh time where we're moving right into Black History Month.
All of us were young people at one time, and it's important for us to just let people know that we were in their shoes at one point in our lives, and we had challenges and struggles, and we were distracted, but after becoming focused and understanding the importance of education and listening to our elders and embracing values and having a degree of passion, that we grew to understand that that was the path to success.
Chairman Eves explained his position as a Fulton County chairman to the youngsters and the importance of furthering your education. Chairman Eves is a graduate of Morehouse College, Yale University's Divinity School, and the University of South Carolina. He is now serving in his second term as a Fulton County chairman representing District 1. In District 4, Art Sandy Springs will host another Bose Arts Bash silent art auction party. The event will benefit the Art Sandy Springs and the Open program. Last year's event displayed artwork from residents from all over the North Fulton area.
It's so wonderful to see a community come together and caretake the community in the area of arts. Sandy Springs is a wonderful city, and it's a better city because our citizens and the citizens of Fulton County and Metro Atlanta can come to free concerts, their children can compete in talent shows, their children can learn to make art out of recycled items, which we do as part of Art Spring with the recycling center here and Sandy Springs Conservancy. We feel the entire metro area benefits from the event because we are bringing permanent public art into the public for people to enjoy.
The Art Sandy Spring in the Open program is an outdoor sculpture contest that takes place twice a year. The structures are designed to encourage children's play. In 2012, they received over 120 entries from around the world. The Bose Bash Silent Art Auction Party will take place on Saturday, February 16th at Motorcars of Georgia in Sandy Springs. For more information, go to www.artsandysprings.org. In District 5, plans for the 25,000 square foot Northwest Regional Library are moving forward. Vice Chair Emma I. Darnell welcomes the community to attend a meeting later this month to hear the latest about the project.
We have great news for the community with respect to the Northwest Regional Library. Not only about the library, but about all of the Fulton County services which will be coming your way during this FY 2013.
Last spring, residents attended a community meeting to find out about the amenities and what the new library will include. Citizens have been a part of the planning process for the library since day one. They had a chance to view blueprints and hear from developers. The project, complete with meeting rooms and a special place for toddlers, is expected to be complete by the summer of 2014. A town hall meeting will be held on February 26th to discuss the library and other District 5 issues. And finally, in District 7, Commissioner William Bill Edwards meets with South Fulton mayors and MARTA's new general manager, Keith Parker, to share ideas on how to improve the transit system. Parker said MARTA is facing some challenges, and he's open to all suggestions from politicians to citizens.
MARTA is going through an enormous amount of change and has some significant challenges in front of it. But I think the way we find the solutions is not from my office. It's to get out and hear from the folks who have really direct connections with many of the citizens who use the service and citizens who want to use the service.
J. Clark Bodie, mayor of Palmetto, said the meeting went great and communication is the key to problem solving.
Well, I think a lot of times our perception of something is quite different than the facts, and I think the more meetings we have and the more information that we can furnish to the public as far as the future of MARTA and the ridership, I think the better it is for business in Fulton County.
MARTA would like to hear from the public regarding any comments or concerns. Send an email to www.itsmarta.com. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Darrell Peak.
Thank you very much. And when we come back, county health officials issue a warning about the new strain of norovirus. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
County health officials are on alert for outbreaks of the new strain of the norovirus. That is the focus of this week's Common Ground report. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has our story. Lynn?
First it was the flu. Now health officials across the country are dealing with what some call stomach flu. But it's not influenza, it's not the respiratory system, but the stomach norovirus's attack.
Noroviruses are easily transmitted by touching a contaminated surface as well as by direct contact or by eating food or drinking liquids that have been contaminated with the virus. Noroviruses are notoriously difficult to kill with normal cleaning and disinfecting procedures. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach cramping.
At a health services briefing carried live on FGTV, the county's two top doctors explained the department has confirmed 20 cases of norovirus, but stress that these cases were not traced to any eating establishments in Fulton County.
Please note that no restaurant in Fulton County has been identified as being the source of any of these outbreaks we have investigated. We are being proactive in increasing the awareness in the public and the food service industry about the virus. Nationwide, however, about 13% of the outbreaks have been associated with restaurants, but that's nationwide. So I want to repeat that no restaurant in Fulton County has been identified as being the source of the outbreaks we have investigated thus far.
The Health Services norovirus alert was sent to the Georgia Restaurant Association, which subsequently placed it on its website.
And one of the reasons we let the restaurants know is because when these groups of people are out doing this, they're doing many things together, including eating together. And we've done investigations on various eating sites that they've identified, and we have not been able to link it specifically to those places. As we say, people can carry this virus for days. It's very contagious, and there are a variety of different interactions people can have that can lead to transmission.
The onset of the illness caused by the norovirus can be sudden and usually lasts 2 to 3 days. Officials say proper hand washing with soap and water, thoroughly washing fruits and vegetables, and disinfecting counter surfaces and kitchen utensils can stem the transmission of the disease. Believe it or not, this particular form of norovirus originated in Australia some 9 months ago, and it's been traveling the world ever since. It's now very active in various parts of the United States. And for that reason, Fulton County health officials will continue to do all they can to keep the public informed about this health threat and any others which might arise. In Government Center, downtown Atlanta, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Now, you'll find more information on the norovirus alert online at fultoncountygahealth.org or on the CDC's website. If you are experiencing the symptoms described, please visit one of the county's 8 health centers for diagnosis and treatment. Now, here is a topic that many people try to shy away from, but health officials say it must be discussed. It's a living will that outlines your final wishes.
First wish, who do I want to make these decisions for me?
County health educators and their community partners fostered one such discussion at the Northside Shepherd Senior Center recently. They say decisions such as who will care for you, who can visit you, and what medical care you want should be written and accessible.
When we all are admitted to hospitals for inpatient services or outpatient services, that is one of the questions that the intake person always asks. Do you have a living will? And 9 times out of 10, we say no. So we want to encourage our seniors and, those who are, that are not seniors but are here, we want to encourage them to make sure that they get that particular document completed.
One senior in attendance said she agrees wholeheartedly.
I know I got to, if I live, I got to die. So nobody know any better than I what has to be done. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate this.
To schedule an informational session on this topic or any other health education subject, call the Health Promotions Division of Health Services at 404-613-1243. By the spring, the Fulton County Health Promotions team will see the fruits of their labor. Volunteers, both young and old, broke ground on the old 4th Ward Community Garden on January 21st, which was MLK Day. The concept grew out of a partnership between Commissioner Joan Garner, community leaders, the Diabetes Community Action Coalition, and Health Promotion Advisory Coalition.
The community will be owning this garden, community will be planning this garden, community will be creating the design of the garden so they can use the space to have fresh produce. It's an intergenerational, intercultural and youth involvement, and involves physical activity. So we are addressing several factors, addressing obesity and beautification of the space.
Health officials say 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day can help prevent many illnesses like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. And still to come, a new and fun incentive to encourage reading. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Young artists have a chance to show off their work. Staff at the South Fulton Arts Center are preparing to celebrate Youth Art Month in March. Staff will host the Youth Art Month juried exhibition and need artwork from young Fulton County residents. To enter, contestants must be 5 through 12 years old and must submit at least 3 original works to the South Fulton Arts Center.
Our submission rules are that you must be a Fulton County youth, no coloring pages, no paint by numbers. It can be in marker, pen, ink, sculpture, ceramics, or any other kind of art form.
Some contestants will win 1 free week of summer camp at the South Fulton Arts Center. The deadline to submit artwork is Saturday, February 16th. For more information or for teachers who want to submit their students' artwork, visit the Arts and Cultures website or call 404-612-3087. Winning a trip to the circus could be as easy as opening a book. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey clowns stopped by the Sandy Springs Library to tell children about the Reading with Ringling Brothers program. Each child must read 5 books to win free tickets to see the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Dragon Show at Phillips Arena. It runs next week from February 13th through the 18th.
Reading with Ringling Brothers is one way of Ringling Brothers giving back to the communities in which we perform for each and every year by encouraging reading and having fun with reading.
Reading with Ringling Brothers is open to all children living in Fulton County. Children just need to ask a librarian to sign up for the program. For more information, visit a branch near you or log on to the library's website. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.